The ocean of time. Time isn't a straight line. It's not a rigid, ticking thing with edges and corners. It doesn't begin with morning and end with night. It doesn't live in the numbers on a screen or in the pages of a calendar. Time is an ocean. Imagine that. A vast, endless ocean, not blue, but translucent and shimmering with light you can't quite describe. A sea without waves, but with gentle currents, soft and slow, timeless, but always moving, just like you, right now, as you lie still, trying to find that space between waking and dreaming. Imagine yourself floating on that ocean. There's no boat, no shore, nothing to reach for, just you and time, gently holding you. You're not drifting, you're being carried. Somewhere beneath the surface of this ocean are the moments that made you, tiny fragments of laughter, quiet tears, things you thought you'd forgotten. Every memory is a pearl sitting at the bottom, waiting. And maybe, just maybe, when you dream, you dive down to visit one of them. You might not remember it when you wake up, but that doesn't matter, because some memories aren't meant to be seen again. They're meant to be felt, like warmth on your skin, like a scent you can't name, but instantly trust. And above you, the surface shimmers with all the possibilities of tomorrow, not in a stressful way. There's no urgency here. Time in this place doesn't rush. It doesn't demand. It doesn't scold or pressure or run out. It simply is. This ocean holds not just your time, but everyone's. All the lives ever lived, all the laughter ever shared, all the dreams ever dreamed, floating, softly intersecting. You don't need to understand it. You just need to know it's there. Vast, peaceful, waiting to be trusted. Let go. Just a little more. You've done enough today. More than you think. Even if you don't feel it, even if your mind is looping back to conversations, or mistakes, or unfinished things, let them be. Not everything has to be wrapped up before you rest. Not every thought has to be solved. You don't need to carry all those bags into your sleep. Put them down. Let them sink to the bottom of the ocean. They'll still be there tomorrow if you really need them. But tonight, let yourself float. Imagine what it's like to truly surrender, not in defeat, but in peace, no resistance, no tight grip on control, just gentle trust, like the way the tide trusts the moon, the way birds trust the sky, the way dreams trust the night. And while you float, you may notice something. The ocean listens. It doesn't talk. It doesn't judge. It just receives everything you pour into it. Your fears, your questions, your hopes. You can give them all to the water. It won't overflow. It won't push them back. It will simply hold them like it holds you. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to not know. You're allowed to simply exist without improving, without producing, without proving anything to anyone. Your breath, steady and slow, is enough. Feel that breath. In, outside, like the tide. Inhale, gently pulling in starlight, calm, softness. Exhale, releasing tension, noise, doubt. Let each breath be slower than the last. Let the space between them grow wide, like the horizon on that ocean. Infinite, quiet. And in this space, there's a secret, something no ticking clock will tell you. Time doesn't only move forward, not here, not in this place of dreams. Somewhere, a past version of you is laughing for the first time. Somewhere, a future version of you is resting deeply, knowing they made it through. Somewhere, right now, your soul is stretching across all versions of you, reminding you that you're not just this moment. You are a whole constellation of moments, all of them alive, all of them worthy. You are not late, you are not behind, you are exactly where you are meant to be on the ocean of time. And maybe, just maybe, the stars you see at night aren't far away at all. Maybe they're just reflections on the water. Maybe everything you've been looking for is already inside this vast, quiet sea, inside you. So sleep, drift, trust that you're being held by something bigger than to-do lists and unanswered messages and noisy thoughts. Let your mind unclench. Let your heart slow down. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do. You've arrived. And the ocean? It'll carry you gently through the night until morning, light touches the horizon, and you return, rested, lighter, whole. The space between thoughts. There's a place inside your mind that's so quiet, you rarely even notice it. Not the loud thoughts, not the spirals, or the plans, or the inner dialogue that never seems to stop. Number, this is something smaller, slower, softer. It's the space between thoughts. Right now, as you lie in bed, eyes gently closed or blinking slower than before, you may still hear your mind. Maybe it's still talking. Maybe it's listing, remembering, doubting, planning. That's okay. It's what minds do. Let it be. But don't follow the thoughts tonight. Let's look for the silence between them, like the breath between words, like the still pause at the end of a wave before the next one begins, like the hush between notes in a lullaby. That space, that quiet, is not empty. It's full of something very precious: stillness, awareness, peace. It's the part of you that simply is, with no effort, no needing to explain, no needing to achieve, just presence. Let your thoughts rise and fall like clouds in the sky. Watch them come and then watch them go. No judgment, no trying, no holding on. You are not your thoughts. You are the sky behind them, endless, calm, observant. There's no pressure here. You don't have to fix anything before falling asleep. You don't have to answer every question. You don't have to relive every moment from the day. You can set them down, one by one. That moment when your brain pauses, just for a second before thinking again. That's the opening. That's the doorway to the space between. A space where time softens and the world stops spinning. A space where rest begins. And the beautiful thing is, you've been there before. Every time you've stared at the sky and forgot what you were worried about. Every time you've laughed so hard you couldn't think anymore. Every time you've sat in silence with someone you love and felt completely full. That was it. That was the space. That was you, simply being. Tonight, you're allowed to return there. Let your body sink deeper into the mattress. Feel how heavy your legs are, how soft your arms have become. Let the tension in your face melt like ice in the sun. Unclench your jaw, smooth your brow. Let go of the tiny grip you didn't even realize you had on everything. Now breathe, not with effort, just naturally. Let each inhale stretch gently. Let each exhale fall like a feather. There's nothing you need to control here. Your breath knows the way. And in the slow rhythm of your breath, you'll start to notice there's more space between your thoughts than you realized. Gaps, slivers of quiet. And in those gaps, peace. Imagine them widening, each breath stretching them, further apart, like clouds slowly drifting away from each other, revealing the blue sky beneath. That blue sky, that's your calm, your core. That's who you are when everything else falls silent. No roles, no expectations, just you, resting in the stillness between everything else. Thoughts may still come. That's okay. But tonight, you don't have to engage with them. You don't have to argue or follow them to their end or try to make sense of them. You can just notice them like you'd notice leaves floating by on a stream. And the more you do this, just watching, gently breathing, the more the mind begins to settle, like muddy water clearing on its own. If you don't stir it, you are allowed to be still. You are allowed to be quiet. You are allowed to let your inner world soften. The world will keep spinning without you for a few hours. You don't have to hold it up tonight. You don't need to be strong or smart or productive. You just need to rest. And that's enough because healing happens in the stillness. Growth happens in the quiet. And peace lives in the space between thoughts. So, as you drift, notice how time slows, how your breath becomes quieter than the room, how your body feels weightless, floating on the calm you've found inside. You are not broken, you are not behind, you are not too much or not enough. You are simply human, here, breathing, deserving of peace, capable of sleep. And as your thoughts grow quieter and the spaces between them stretch wide and welcoming, you may realize something beautiful. You don't need to chase sleep. You just need to let go. Sleep will find you. It always does. So drift deeper, softer, further into that space. Let the silence hold you. Let the darkness wrap you like a warm blanket. Let the space between thoughts become the place you rest. And if thoughts return again, don't worry. You know what to do now. Breathe, watch, return to the space again and again until you're not watching anymore, until the space becomes your dream and you, finally, sleep. Forgotten dreams. Close your eyes. The world will wait. There is nothing more urgent than this moment of stillness. Nothing louder than your own breath, soft and steady, guiding you inward. Let your thoughts dissolve into the quiet. Let your body become heavy, wrapped in the warmth of your blanket, the silence of the room. Let your heart beat slow until it matches the rhythm of something older, deeper, something you once knew. Because tonight, we're going back. Not in time exactly, but back to a place you've been before. A place inside you. A place where dreams were born. Not the dreams you remember from last night, or the ones shaped by pressure and deadlines. Number older dreams. Softer ones. The kind you had as a child, when the world still shimmered with magic. When you believed you could talk to animals. When you believed you could fly if you just jumped hard enough. When you believed the stars had names, and maybe knew yours too. Where do those dreams go? The ones that weren't practical, the ones that were too big, too wild, too bright for the grown up world. They don't disappear. They don't die. They rest. They go to a quiet place inside you, a garden you may have forgotten, overgrown, perhaps, untouched, but still there, still waiting, And tonight, in the stillness between your thoughts, you may find your way back. Maybe it starts with a flicker, a color, a feeling that doesn't quite fit into words, a familiar warmth, like stepping into sunlight after a long winter. And you remember, not with your mind, but with your heart, what it was like to believe anything was possible. That feeling wasn't foolish. It wasn't naive. It was truth, spoken in a language only the soul understands. And it's still true. Buried, maybe, but alive. So go there. Wander through that garden in your mind. Let your bare feet touch soft moss that glows slightly with memory. Let your fingers brush against tall grasses that hum with forgotten laughter. Smell the scent of dreams you once planted there. Impossible dreams, beautiful ones. You might find a dream shaped like a spaceship, or a paintbrush, or a piano. You might find one that looks like a treehouse, or a stage, or a wolf, or maybe it's not an object at all. Maybe it's just a feeling, freedom, wonder, connection, peace. Let them rise. Let them speak. You don't need to do anything with them. You don't need to chase them or fix them. You're just visiting tonight, saying hello to the parts of yourself you left behind, not out of neglect, but out of necessity. You grew. Life asked things of you. You walked roads you never expected, and some of those dreams were too delicate to survive the noise. But they waited. They always wait, and the night is when they bloom again. Dreams don't care about timelines. They don't punish you for forgetting. They don't ask why it took so long. They just open their arms when you return. And maybe tonight, as you drift deeper into this inner world, one of them will hold your hand again, lead you somewhere you didn't realize you missed. Maybe it shows you who you were, not as a reminder of what's gone, but as a reminder of what's still possible. Because dreams don't expire. They evolve. They stretch. They wait for the right version of you, the one who's softer, wiser, quieter, to come back and say, I remember. You don't need to act on them tonight. You don't need to decide anything. This is not a night for answers. This is a night for remembering. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too tired. You are dreaming again, on purpose, gently. And in this dreamy state, the lines between reality and imagination blur. And that's okay. That's beautiful. Because some of the best parts of you live in the blurred places, the spaces where logic fades and wonder rises. So let yourself fall into that space. Let your body become a little lighter. Let your breathing become slow, like ripples across a quiet lake. And if you begin to see scenes, strange, vivid, magical ones, don't stop them. Don't try to shape them. Let them unfold. Maybe you'll find yourself running barefoot through clouds. Maybe you'll fly over cities that never existed. Maybe you'll sit with a younger version of you and just hold their hand. All of it is dreaming. All of it is remembering. And all of it is healing. Because when you return to your forgotten dreams, you return to your essence, to the child within who believed in light and beauty and joy. Not because they were easy, but because they were natural. You deserve that feeling again, not as a fantasy, but as a homecoming. So drift now. Let the dreams rise around you like fog over quiet hills. Let your mind wander where your feet cannot. Let yourself be filled gently with memory and possibility. Sleep will come soon. Maybe it already has. But even in sleep, the garden will still be there. And so will your dreams, waiting, glowing, ready to be remembered again. Stardust and silence. Close your eyes, not just to the room around you, but to the whole world. Let everything fade, the light behind your eyelids, the weight of today, even your own name. You don't need any of it now. Tonight, you're going further than sleep. You're floating into the quiet space beyond thought, a place that has no edges, no clocks, no noise, just stardust and silence, because before you were a person, before you had a story, before you had a name, you were part of something ancient. You were atoms scattered through galaxies, particles born in the heart of stars, billions of years ago. Yes, you were a star, or part of one, and not just one. You've been many. You've lived as light. You've floated in nebulae. You've traveled across time on the back of silence. So what are worries, really, compared to the quiet song of the universe? Feel that space between each breath. That's not just calm. That's eternity. That's you, returning to the quiet from which you came. Let go now, not in fear, but in awe. Let your thoughts dissolve like sugar in water. Let your mind expand beyond the borders of your body. Feel yourself become wide, infinite, soft as the night sky. You don't need to try. You don't need to hold on. Because the truth is, you're already floating, not on a bed, not in a room, but through the fabric of the cosmos. Above you, light years of silence. Below you, depths of mystery. All around, an echo older than time. And somehow, in all of that vastness, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Isn't that strange and beautiful? That out of all the infinite possibilities, this moment chose you, this breath, this night, this stillness. You are not separate from the stars. You are not small. You are not lost. You are made of the same dust that once lit up galaxies. And even now, with your eyes closed, you shine in ways no one else can see. Imagine yourself now, not as a person, but as light, golden, gentle, drifting slowly across the dark. There's no rush, nowhere to go, nothing to fix. You are a pulse in the quiet, a flicker in the void, and in that flicker, an entire universe lives. Can you feel how wide you are? Can you feel how the silence isn't empty, but full? Full of dreams you haven't dreamed yet, full of peace you've only just remembered, full of love that asks nothing from you but presence. And so you rest, not just in body, but in being, fully, deeply, completely. Every cell in your body relaxes now, like petals folding in at night. Even your thoughts grow sleepy, even your soul sighs, because this is where you belong, not chasing, not proving, not performing, just being, just glowing, just floating in the quiet where the stars were born. And if you listen closely, you may hear it. Not a voice, but a knowing you are enough. You have always been enough. Even in stillness, you are magnificent. So let yourself drift. Let your breath become the rhythm of distant planets. Let your heartbeat echo the music of ancient skies. Let sleep carry you, like gravity, through soft galaxies. And if dreams come, let them come gently. Let them wash over you like starlight on calm water. Let them take you where words can't go. Because when you sleep tonight, you're not just resting, you're returning to the beginning of everything, to the truth beneath all thoughts, to the silence behind every sound, to the stardust that made you. Sleep well, traveler. You are made of stars, and tonight they welcome you home. The sky beneath your feet. There's something strange about the sky at night. Most people look up to see it, but maybe they've got it backwards. Maybe the sky isn't above us at all. Maybe it's below us. Maybe the earth is floating on it, like a leaf on the surface of a lake. And maybe, when you lie down to sleep, you're not resting on a mattress. Maybe you're floating on stars. Tonight, try that. Let your body grow heavy and your mind light. Let the covers wrap around you like a soft layer of clouds. Let yourself fall, not down, but gently upward into this new sky. You don't need to understand how it works. You don't need permission. The sky has always been waiting for you. Down here or up here, there are no clocks, no checklists, no blinking lights reminding you of what you didn't finish. Only space, only silence, like the kind snow makes. Only softness, like the kind you forgot you needed. You are floating now, not through space the way rockets do, violently breaking sound and gravity, but in a way older, slower, deeper. Imagine a sea of sky stretching out endlessly below you, dark blue, but not cold, sparkling, but not loud, a place where thoughts dissolve like smoke, where the weight you've carried all day doesn't follow, where your name, your tasks, your face, none of them matter right now. What matters is this: you are here, you are safe, you are allowed to rest. There's a gentle breeze in this sky, not wind exactly, just a kind of movement, like the world exhaling. It passes over you in waves, and each one carries something away: a worry, a noise, a tension you didn't even know you were holding in your jaw or shoulders. Breathe with it. Inhale, sky. Exhale, gravity. Inhale, softness. Exhale, expectation. Keep going. The breath is your anchor and your sail. You begin to notice things. Little lights drifting by, some bright, some barely glowing. Memories, dreams? No need to chase them. They'll find you if they need to. There's a small island floating nearby, made of light and music. It hums with something ancient and kind. No sharp corners, no alarms. You drift toward it, not steering, just trusting. Because here, in this upside down sky, things come exactly when they're meant to. On the island, you find a garden, but not the kind with fences or flowers that need pruning. This one grows wild and soft. The plants don't compete for sun. They glow on their own. Some bloom with memories, others with feelings you've never had words for. You walk through it slowly, your steps making no sound. There's a bench made of moonlight. You sit, and you remember, not in a sharp, painful way, not the kind that tightens your chest, but in a way that's gentle, forgiving. You remember that you've been brave, that even on days when you didn't feel strong, you kept going, that even when no one saw, you tried. You remember the child version of yourself, how they laughed, how they cried, how they dreamed. They're still here. They're sitting beside you now, not needing you to fix anything, just wanting to be near you. Tell them it's okay. Tell them you're doing your best. Tell them they can rest, too. The stars above you or below begin to shift, not spinning, but rearranging, forming shapes that only make sense to you. A constellation that looks like your first home, another that looks like someone you miss, one that looks like your name written in a language only your soul understands. Every star is a piece of you, not a separate thing in the sky, but a mirror, shining back the parts of you you forgot were beautiful, the parts you tried to hide, the parts that never needed fixing. You lay back again, the garden cradling you like it's always known you'd come. The night doesn't press in, it opens up. The silence doesn't isolate, it embraces. You're not alone in this vastness. You are surrounded by every version of you, the one who made it through, the one who's still learning, the one who rests without guilt. They are all here, floating with you in this sky that isn't above or below, but within. Your thoughts have slowed now, not gone, but softened, less like a storm, more like weather far away on the horizon. You don't need to outrun them. Let them pass. Let them dissolve in the light of 1,000 quiet stars. You're breathing slower now, deeper. There's a rhythm to it, like a lullaby you forgot you knew, like the pulse of the universe, gentle and steady. Somewhere far away, morning is stretching its fingers, but it won't reach you yet, not until you're ready, not until the dream has fully wrapped itself around you. And even then, the sky beneath your feet will still be here, waiting for the next time you need to let go, waiting to carry you again. So close your eyes, if you haven't already, or maybe they close themselves without asking, because they know you've done enough, you've held enough, you've tried enough. Now float, now rest, now let yourself be held by the sky beneath your feet, the river between worlds. Close your eyes, let the world slip away, not just the noise and the motion, but the weight of all the days behind you. Let it all melt like mist in morning sun. Now listen, there's a sound, soft and steady, a river, not one you know, not of water, but of light. It flows through a hidden place, a space between worlds, between thoughts, between moments. You are there now, standing at its edge. The river shimmers like moonlight woven with memory. Each ripple carries a whisper, a story, a truth too old for words. You step closer. There is no need to be afraid. This place knows you. It's been waiting, patiently, quietly, for you to return. Dip your fingers into the river. It's cool, but not cold. It doesn't soak you. It awakens you. It's made of dreams you forgot you had, made of songs you hummed once, long ago, made of laughter from lifetimes you never lived. And as you touch it, the current shifts, not with force, but with recognition. The river remembers you, and you remember it. Step into it. Let it carry you. You're not swimming. You are drifting. No effort, no direction, just surrender. Above you, stars like quiet witnesses. Below you, darkness full of peace, not fear. Around you, nothing to prove, nothing to fix, just space to feel, to be. As you float, scenes begin to rise around you. Not memories, possibilities. A meadow where you once danced barefoot in a dream. A library with no walls, where books hum your name. A sky where birds paint messages with their wings. A tree that grew from a single wish you made as a child. The river passes them all, shows them to you like offerings, not to change your life, but to remind you of its depth. You see a version of yourself standing on a distant hill, taller somehow, wiser but softer. Their eyes meet yours. They smile. You smile back. No words are spoken, but something passes between you. A kind of permission, a kind of peace. The river carries you on. You drift past a door made of glass. Through it, you see a dinner table full of people who love you. Some you know, some you don't, but they all hold a place for you. They're laughing, waiting. You don't enter. You don't need to. Just seeing it is enough to soften something in you. Further still, a bridge appears. Not one you cross with feet, but with trust. It glows gently, woven from moments you thought were small. A smile you gave a stranger, a breath you took instead of yelling, a morning you chose to try again. These things mattered. The river shows you. You have always mattered. The current slows now, not because it's ending, but because you are arriving. There is a shore ahead, software, silver. It calls to you with a voice like wind through trees. You step out, not wet, not tired, but full, full of silence that speaks, full of stillness that heals, full of knowing you are not lost. You never were. You just forgot how wide you are, how many worlds live inside you, and how close the magic always was. The river remains behind you, flowing, watching. It will always be there. You don't need to return tonight, but you will, someday, because you carry its water now, in the rhythm of your breath, in the hush behind your thoughts, in the quiet blooming in your chest. Lie down now. Let your head rest in the soft grass of this new shore. Feel how the earth holds you. Feel how the stars blink slower now, as if they too are drifting to sleep. You've crossed something tonight. Not a finish line, not a destination, but a veil. And behind it, you remembered yourself, the child who believed in wonders, the soul who still does. This is not imagination. It's not fantasy. It's truth, disguised in beauty. It's your essence, softened by starlight, awakened by the current of forgotten things. So rest now. No need to hold on to the images. They'll find you again when you need them. For now, Let your body grow heavy. Let your mind grow light. You've touched something sacred. You've returned to the river, and in doing so, you remembered you're not just someone passing through this world. You are a world passing through someone, and you are loved deeply, endlessly, exactly as you are. Sleep now, with the river behind your eyes and the stars curled gently in your breath. You are home